right now.
We start with new video this noon. The suspect charged with 2 counts of attempted capital murder of a police officer. He's going before a Central Magistrate Court judge. Police say that 40-year-old Jesus Prado also charged with 1 count of deadly conduct. This trouble started last night around 7:30 at a home in the 1600 block of Amistad Pass on the northeast side. Police say Prado came to the house to get his children. Officers tell us he threatened to set that home on fire, even going so far as to douse the home with gasoline, all while getting into an argument with his wife. When one officer called for backup, the suspect shot at him through the window, allegedly. That's according to Police Chief William McManus. The second officer then shot once, but was able to retreat and take cover behind a vehicle parked at a neighbor's house. When more officers got there, they were able to get both of the injured officers to safety. McManus said that's when Prado came outside of the house and turned himself over to police. Both the hurt officers were taken to the hospital and they underwent surgery. New at noon, the Bexar County Sheriff's Office says an inmate has died after a medical episode in the jail's booking area yesterday. 52-year-old Jaime Rodriguez Valdez was there, charged with theft. BCSO says medical staff gave Valdez medication for a pre-existing condition yesterday afternoon, but then later that evening, the sheriff's office says Valdez suffered a medical episode compounded by a pre-existing medical condition. The sheriff says prison staff tried to help him, but he died shortly afterward. The Bexar County Medical Examiner's Office now determining the exact cause of death. If there's a good excuse not to go work out, this may have to be it. San Antonio police say that someone drove right into the front of a local gym. It shattered the window and scattered the workout equipment. No one hurt, but as Katrina Weber reports, this is the second time this week that someone in the city has gotten this kind of a scare.
In among the barbells and dumbbells at HasFit Personal Training is one piece of equipment that doesn't fit. A passerby noticed the Kia Optima sticking out of the front window around 4 this morning and called San Antonio police to the McCullough Avenue business near North Star Mall. Officers found out the car was stolen. Workers found out about the mess when they tried to start their day.
And absolutely did not expect to see a big giant hole in the front of the gym, so that's pretty sad.
BJ Brooks was expecting to hit the hardware training one of his clients. A coworker filled him in about what happened. The car crashed through a window in front of a row of treadmills, and it seems the running machine stopped it from going in any farther.
Yeah, so thank God for that treadmill.
This gym was closed at the time and no one was hurt. But earlier this week, a family across town had an especially close call when a car came into their home. In that case, everyone was upstairs sleeping at the time. When the car landed on their staircase, they had to use a window to get out. Firefighters helped by carrying them down a ladder. They were shaken but not hurt. Back at the gym, Brooks couldn't help but wonder, what if?
If somebody was in the gym at that time, I couldn't imagine what that situation would be like, but thank God that nobody was in the gym at that time.
Police found no one in the Kia. The driver ran away before anyone noticed the crash. Katrina Weber, KSAT12 News.
Taking a look outside with live cam. We're getting ready for the weekend. Can't find a cloud, but we can find some heat on the way.
Yeah, pretty impressive warm-up so far, Ursula. We started off at 57 this morning. We've almost gained 30 degrees just in half a day here. And it's going to be a really warm afternoon, possibly record-setting. Let's talk about this big swing in temperatures. Yes, 57 this morning felt great. Now this afternoon, we're expecting 94. That's enough for a 37-degree swing. Why are we seeing the big swing? It has to do with dry air. We've got a lot of it sitting across South Texas, and it's resulting in warm temperatures already. 90 in New Braunfels after a cool start there. 85 in Kerrville, 85 in Fredericksburg. Places that were in the 40s this morning. And yes, there will be quite a few 90s on the map today. Right now, 89 at Helotes, 87 Port S, 86 at Stinson. We've got clear skies. And the forecast for tonight for football, it'll be a little warm when the games get started. 88 degrees, but when the sun goes down, it feels okay. 78 at halftime, westerly winds 10 to 15. And we'll see another warm day tomorrow, but more clouds on the way this weekend. And maybe some rain showers by the time we get into early next week, thanks to some Pacific moisture. We'll look at that forecast for you here in just a couple minutes.
Thank you, Justin. Bexar County Sheriff Javier Salazar says that 4 employees of a game room now facing multiple charges following a bust at an illegal gaming operation. BCSO confiscating around $20,000 in cash. They found it yesterday at an East Side game room on Montgomery Road, that is near Walsham Road and Eagle Crest Boulevard. Sheriff Salazar says that this is not the first time that location has been investigated, though.
You may recall that in 2021, we actually raided this same location for similar circumstances, very similar circumstances. At that time, we believed that it was under different management, but obviously it wouldn't be outside the realm of possibilities that they just changed some names on paper somewhere, and it's part of the same criminal enterprise. And so that's certainly something that we're looking into.
The sheriff says many times operations like these prey upon people who are on a fixed income. Get ready for closed roads to block your weekend travels. Loop 1604 closures ramping right back up tonight. So pack your patience. It's part of that north expansion project. Traffic Authority Stephen Cavazos shares what you need to know ahead of the weekend.
The weekend is finally here, but if you travel along Loop 1604, you may want to start planning that commute ahead of time. Take a look at this video where we see a lot of the construction underway for the Loop 1604 North Expansion project. Now, this overall project stretches about 23 miles from Loop 1604 all the way from Bandera Road to I-35, but it's been broken up into 5 segments. 3 of those segments are currently under construction, while segments 4 and 5 are still in the development stages. Now, part of this plan is to expand the number of lanes from 4 to 10. And keep this in mind, 150,000 drivers are estimated to drive down this corridor each and every day. So this road work is needed. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what you can expect overnight. So this full closure will begin Friday, October 20th and take us all the way up until Monday, October 23rd. Now this starts at 9 at night and finishes at 5 in the morning. So we'll see a full closure of the 1604 eastbound main lanes from the Vance Jackson Road exit ramp to the Lock Hill Selmo Road entrance ramp. So be sure to follow those detours. I want to take a drive over here now to another full closure we'll see along Loop 1604 that will begin around the same time. Now this time it will be the 1604 eastbound collector distributor at the I-10 interchange, and there will be detours out there as well, so just know what to expect. I want to take one more jump here now to where we'll see another closure, not a full one, but we'll see the 1604 eastbound frontage road closed to the I-10 interchange. According to TxDOT, that right lane will still remain open. I know this is a lot of information to digest, but if you scan this QR code, it takes you directly to our KSAT traffic page. There's a full article I've written up which breaks down the 1604 North Expansion project, as well as other closures that are taking place in our area. So plan that commute ahead of time.
Again, that was Stephen Cavazos. Well, there was disappointment, but still a lot of pride at Edgewood ISD last night as community members learned that the district cannot afford to keep all 22 of its campuses open. About 100 people in the Edgewood ISD community went to this first of 3 Rethink and Redesign public meetings at Kennedy High School. The district made it public, recommending 11 changes that would include the closure of several schools. The closures are not finalized, but the district's proposal names as many as 10 campuses. Some in the community say they were alarmed by what they say feels like too much, too soon.
Why wasn't the community notified a lot sooner? Why did it take so long to create these recommendations?
The next meeting is tonight at the Edgewood Fine Arts Academy Theater. It's at 5:30. You can find more information about it on KSAT12. Eliminating liver cancer and finding new ways to treat it, the subject of a 2-day symposium right here. Tiffany Huertas with why San Antonio is the perfect spot to bring the experts in from around the country on this.
Healthcare professionals from around the country are in San Antonio to discuss new research and how liver cancer is impacting their communities.
Liver cancer affects so many patients in San Antonio and South Texas.
The 3rd annual San Antonio Liver Cancer Symposium is underway at the Hilton San Antonio Hill Country. It's hosted by the Mays Cancer Center at UT Health San Antonio.
We're hoping that we can have a dialogue, collaborate on our research, and develop new drugs and studies for patients.
The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services says chronic liver disease is a leading cause of death among the Hispanic and Latino population.
Well, this is my second year at the conference, and it's grown, which is really exciting. I'm also a presenter about our experience down in the Rio Grande Valley with liver cancer.
Dr. Lee Drinkard is excited to learn and hopes to develop a bigger program for liver cancer back home, since his community is greatly impacted.
94% Hispanic, the majority heritage is Mexican. It's a very homogeneous population. Once again, underrepresented nationally in a lot of things, especially medical research.
October is National Liver Cancer Awareness Month, and this event reminds the community about the risks, prevention, screening, and treatment.
So unfortunately, liver cancer can be silent without any symptoms. But screening is very important. There are certain risk factors like hepatitis, someone who has alcohol intake, or fatty liver, which is on the rise. And so there is liver screening that can be done regularly to catch cancer early and prevent it.
Tiffany Huertas, KSAT12 News.
Steps being taken to get humanitarian aid into Gaza, but we're still waiting on the results. I'm Inez de la Cuetera in Jerusalem, and I'll have all the latest coming up.
President Joe Biden re-emphasizing that it is in our country's best interest to support Ukraine and Israel. That Oval Office message coming as Israel is ramping up its aerial attacks on Hamas in Gaza. Meantime, as ABC's Inez de la Cuetera reports, the promised humanitarian aid to millions of Palestinians still has not arrived.
President Biden making the case for the U.S. to stand firmly with its allies who are at war in Israel and Ukraine.
Well, history has taught us that when terrorists don't pay a price for their terror, when dictators don't pay a price for their aggression, they keep going. And the cost and the threats to America and the world keep rising.
President asking Congress for $105 billion in foreign aid, including roughly $60 billion for Ukraine and $14 billion for Israel.
American leadership is what holds the world together. American alliances is what keep us, America, safe. To put all that at risk if we walk away from Ukraine, if we turn our backs on Israel, it's just not worth it.
For the first time, the U.S. military sent to the region taking action to defend Israel. A U.S. Navy destroyer shooting down missiles and drones believed to have been launched by Iran-backed Houthi rebels in Yemen.
We cannot say for certain what these missiles and drones were targeting, but they were launched from Yemen, heading north along the Red Sea, potentially towards targets in Israel.
Meanwhile, Israeli airstrikes into Gaza continue. Palestinian authorities say at least 16 people were killed in a strike on a Greek Orthodox church that was housing hundreds of displaced people. The humanitarian crisis growing, millions of Palestinians trapped without food, water, medicine, or electricity. More than 100 trucks filled with humanitarian aid are lined up waiting to enter southern Gaza from Egypt's Rafah crossing.
These trucks are not just trucks. They are a lifeline. They are the difference between life and death for so many people in Gaza.
But so far, the crossing remains closed as negotiations to open it and let the aid through continues. Expecting another day of turbulent protests, Israel has evacuated its embassies in at least 5 countries, including Egypt, Jordan, and Morocco. The U.S. State Department, meanwhile, is urging Americans abroad to exercise increased caution as the potential for violence grows. Inez de la Cuetera, ABC News, Jerusalem.
Here at home, we are keeping an eye on the thermometer because it is going to be like a crazy temperature. What do you call it?
Swing.
Swing.
Swing. Yeah.
I don't know. It's this morning I wore a jacket. This afternoon, into flip-flops.
Jacket to shorts and flip-flops. You're right. It is just a wild change today, and it has to do with the dry air. We have a lot of it in place. And so we're going to be up near record territory today. The aquifer is down at 10th of a foot, 632.1, and your pollen count, there's 4 there, but they're all low. Molds, ragweed, pigweed, fall elm. How warm will we go? What does the weekend look like? And when do our rain chances kick in? We'll look at all of that coming up.
SA Live has been all about the spooky lately. Fiona and Mike, what terrifying topic are you going to tackle today? That's a lot of tease.
Yes. Well, we want to know, what's your favorite scary movie?
What's yours?
I My favorite scary movie is a classic. It's The Shining. I mean, it never fails to freak me out.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think I'm going to go with one that really scared me was the first Conjuring.
Ooh.
That was like, no, I'm in the theater going, whoa, Nelly, so.
You were putting your kids in front of you.
Exactly. Yeah, take them first. Exactly.
I'd have to say the original Changeling. It's just great storytelling
Without
a lot of effects.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've got to find a place where I can download it. Hey, scan the QR code.
You got me. Whoa.
Tell us what your
tell
us what your favorite scary movie is.
Ted, report to HR after SA Live.
All right, see ya.
That was creepy. All right. The weather, nothing to be scared of, but, you know, you do have to prepare right now.
Yeah, heat is on for the next couple of days. I think we're going to be setting some records today. Let me show you what the record is for San Antonio on this date. It's 92. We're already closing in on that. It's only noontime. That was set back in 1979. We're forecasting 94 today. Del Rio, up around 95. The record there is 96. So you get the idea. This is back to what we're used to in 2023, I guess you would say. Record-setting heat. The good news here, it's only for a couple of days. We're going to get a cool down next week. And maybe some moisture too, hopefully. As we look at the weather where you live, blue skies today, 86 degrees in San Antonio. We're already up to 90 in New Braunfels. Nothing short of impressive. 86 in Seguin, 86 in Bernie, 87 in Kerrville after starting in the 40s this morning. So the swing in temperatures has been huge. Due in large part to dry air. We know that it can heat up efficiently, cool down efficiently. And when we get dew points in the 40s, this sort of thing can happen. Not to mention we have a big ridge in the upper levels moving in. So all these things combined help to give us this warm weather today. Now dew points will start to go up. Tomorrow, still fairly dry. We've got dew points in the 50s. Pleasant. But by the time we get into Sunday and especially Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you see dew points really shoot up into the muggy territory. And we're going to have moisture not only at the lower levels, where we're talking about the dew points, but also up above, some Pacific moisture. So those two things combined should give us at least a shot at some rain. Here's a look at the weekend forecast as you plan out your days here. 93 tomorrow, that would be a record high. 88 Sunday, increasing clouds. I think we'll see actually quite a bit of cloud cover late on Saturday too. So it's the high cloudiness. You'll still get some filtered sun, but know that we'll have quite a bit more of that as the weekend wears on. Water vapor imagery, you can see some of that high cloudiness and some of the moisture associated with Hurricane Norma. It's moving across Mexico right now, just to our west. This orange color represents some drier air, but when you get to some of these white colors and gray colors, that's where the moisture is, at least upper level moisture. And that's being pushed north ahead of Norma here, which is working its way towards Cabo. Now it's weakening. Not as good looking as it was yesterday. We know that this storm will continue to decrease in strength. Winds are at 110 miles per hour, gusting to 130. Moves towards Cabo, then begins to weaken and moves inland, likely becoming just a low by Tuesday. But this moisture and energy does get pulled up into South Texas. So let me show you one of our forecast models here. And that energy from Norma, enough to, I think, give us some showers and maybe a few storms on Monday. Right now, 30% chance of rain. Beyond that, we're going to be watching an area of low pressure out west. Now, depending on which computer model you look at, it shows that this low will bring us rain Tuesday into Wednesday. Now, one of the models just brings it right through. The other one kind of lingers it back out west. Either way, I think we have some rain chances Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe even into Thursday. This is isolated stuff, isolated pop-up. It's not going to be a drop buster, not going to be widespread rain, but it will give us an opportunity to get some decent downpours in spots. So here's how it looks in the 7-day forecast. 88 Sunday, 84 Monday, 30% chance of rain. Basically the same kind of forecast Tuesday, Wednesday, even into Thursday with highs in the mid-80s. And notice those morning lows warm up too into the low 70s by next week. We'll be right back.
Calaveras aren't just the painted skulls you see every year. Calaveras can be written, and they are humorous and a poetic Day of the Dead tradition.
A calavera is written about someone who's still alive. To poke fun or to bring somebody down, in the form of a pun or satirical piece of poetry. And it is usually written about someone who is prominent either in politics, in sports, in entertainment. Generally, they all die in the calavera. Not in reality, but figuratively. Calaveras are not written about people who are already dead, and that's because a person cannot defend themselves. It's cowardly, I think, to make fun of someone who has already died. So to write a good calavera, you strip that person down to the very essence. You pick out that quality that you either like or dislike, and then you write it in a form that makes fun of it, and that makes that person come alive for you and I.
There you go. Learn something every day. We're getting closer to this year's Dia de los Muertos Festival. It's happening October 28th and 29th at Hemisphere Park. To get your tickets and learn more about the events, just scan the QR code you see right here on your screen. Products that claim to meet a toddler's nutritional needs may not be giving them the benefits you think. Why doctors say parents may be able to skip that specialty drink and opt for similar or simpler options. A tropical parasite becoming more common here in Texas, and it can cause an infectious disease. What you need to know about this little insect and how to keep it at bay. New today at 5, safety regulators sounding the alarm about several items that could be in your home that pose a safety risk to your kids or even you. The items you want to look out for today at 5 after Entertainment Tonight.